Can you believe?
No, I mean
100.
100 is like phenomenal.
That's like 10 times 10.
Yes! Hi, I'm Reva Hervis, and I am with Rebecca Leland. I am Artistic Director at Overshadowed Theatrical Productions. Welcome to this week's episode From the Wings.
And a very special episode 100. 3 years.
Yes. So it started out being very much, I don't know what to do, and I was very not natural because I was very nervous being in front of a camera. It's constantly evolving and changing, and then I had some guests come on, and then we did a couple things together, and then it just felt so entirely natural to have you. And now we have, you can't see her, but we have Michaela White behind the camera, and she's the third really important part of our team. So we decided that we'd each take our top 2 favorites, and then we would pick
Ultimate,
the one that we liked that we did together.
Yeah.
One of the ones that I like the best, and I think I even told you guys this when we were filming, is the one where we had Anna Brown on, and it was From Headlines to Insights, Lessons from a Journalist. So if you haven't seen it, go see why it's my favorite one. But I think that the reason I liked it so much is because she was so genuine.
Like, this was one of my first assignments.
Yeah.
So they sent me down there on the year anniversary to talk to people about the worst day of their lives.
Oh my goodness. And I think her top lesson when we said is, what is the one thing that you should tell all of our viewers? And she said, to be careful about the way you watch the news. And I think that in our day and age, that's something that you might hear noise out there of somebody saying, but she gave the buzzwords that you should listen to so that you know, oh, these people, that might not be truth because they're using this to tell the story. And I just thought it was very insightful, and I really liked it. So
I love that.
That's one of them. What about you?
Mine would have to be the gender roles. I loved that episode. I think it was something that I've always wanted to talk about. And I love talking about it in this space. So I love conversations where it's like, this is what the world is doing in theater. Here's how a Christian theater organization is doing it. And if you go through, it's kind of fun to see that they kind of split it up. YouTube did it itself.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of split up the whole episode. I think it's like a 12-minute episode.
I wonder why they did that. Like,
I know.
Wonder what it was that we triggered that made them
I think there are
that.
they're hot button. I think one it said, are men different than women? And we kind of talked about that. One of them was theater politics.
Interesting.
And so I think it's a very interesting episode. I think it's maybe a little bit on the line, you know what I mean, of maybe some controversy. So I really enjoyed that episode.
Yeah, that's awesome. My other one was like, really seriously, maybe one of our first ones, December the 3rd, 2020. So it's been that long. And it was Steps to Becoming an Effective Speaker from the Wings. And that one was one I did all by myself. And I spent a lot of time writing out and wanting to know what exactly were the reasons that you needed to do the things that you needed to do to be an effective speaker.
Yeah.
The principle that I learned from freshman speech 48 years ago was that the effective speaker is a person whose character, knowledge, and judgment command respect, which is a wonderful principle to live by, but one that we very seldom do. So if you really want somebody to respect you as a speaker, or if we want to know who to respect, maybe we should look a lot at their character.
I love that. I remember being very impacted by it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, because we got to watch it. Live.
And
that's when I was still in camera crew.
Yes.
Yeah, because Brianna Valentine, shout out.
Thank you, Brianna, for all the things that you did to help us get started.
I mean, even just teaching me how to edit. I really did not know how to edit very
that's
well
crazy.
before I started.
And now you're like a master.
I was throwing up. It made me blush. Her and Johan and Lee, they really sat me down. Funny story, Johan and Lee said, so sometimes people like breathe, you know, and you can cut some of those out. So I took 3 hours and I cut out every single time you breathed in a show. And he watched it and he's like, he was so kind, and he was like, so, you took me literally. I was like,
yes, Reba does. She is not superhuman. She does need to breathe. Yes.
My second one.
Yes, please.
I think it's called From the Actor's Perspective.
Okay.
And it was when we got to sit down with all the actors on stage from your original production of Tuesday Morning. Never forget. And we sat them all down and we asked them specific questions about 9/11, about what it was like playing the different characters. I think it was fun to produce it because we had like a roaming mic and she kind of just walked around and asked them questions. We didn't really give the actors questions ahead of time. It was very on the spot. But it was really sweet to see the other actors listening to the actors and like just, it felt very natural, but also for me, I think it brought the viewer into the world of theater, which is these are real people on stage and they do communicate and they do talk and they do think very deeply into the characters they're making. Like even that was a very real, very deep, very hurtful production in the sense of thinking through what people went through. So I loved that episode that like the actors got to speak some of what they were going through to even build their different characters. So I think that kind of concept would be really fun to do again with another production. Like sit them all down, ask them some fun questions, get a kind of on stage behind the scenes look. But when it comes to our favorite episode out of all 99.
And we agree on this, right? Like, yes, because we were not sure that we would both agree.
Yes, but I think hands down.
Wicked. Just like it's my favorite musical, it's gotta be my favorite episode.
I just think it was so good and it was just such a like big moment for us because we've been talking about going to New York. So we went to New York, we saw 4 plays, we gave our critique on all 4 plays.
And what was really nice about that too is like, okay, so I've been going to plays for a really long time and I've been to New York several times, but to have the opportunity to take Rebecca, who had not been to New York and really has not seen very many Broadway plays in her life, even though she did CYT when she was younger, just has not had that experience. So to be able to experience that with her, and then have her go to each one of the shows we went to and go, oh, I'd give this a 10. Oh, and I'd be like, really? And then she'd go to the next one and she'd go, oh, it's a 10.
It's a 10.
And then we got to Wicked and she was like, oh, I get what you mean. This is a 10.
Yes.
I'm like,
You're
yes,
like, you
this
don't
is
know.
a 10.
Yes, yes.
We have grown and we have changed and we have morphed over the years. I am super happy for all of you out there who have given us ideas on things to talk about and who have encouraged us and shared this journey with us. I hope you'll continue to like tell other people if they want to watch something good and edifying, that this is where they can spend 10 minutes of their day once a week, every week. And that we hope that we really are giving you something that you can learn from and enjoy. And thank you so much for being on this ride with us. Thank you, Rebecca. Seriously.
Thank you,
From the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. And for now, this is just me.
And me.
And us. And me.
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 Talking to you
from the wings.